like I mentioned before, my takeaway is about Lamar Jackson, and it is that he is definitely not a running back. And that may seem like something we knew after his MVP season, but shockingly, like there were a big group of people coming into this year thinking that the NFL was going to figure out Lamar Jackson. He was just a running back. He still couldn't throw. And I'm pretty sure that all those people are now gone. He's thrown for 1,512 yards, more than Patrick Mahomes, and the fifth in the league, 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And against your, I guess, second favorite team, Indianapolis Colts, Anish, threw 37 completions on 43 pass attempts. He only threw 6 incompletions on the entire day. So his first half couldn't have even been that terrible. 442 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and led the team in rushing with 62 yards, coming back down from those 13 points and winning in overtime. He's beaten the Chiefs this year. He came back with that fabulous Monday night performance. He is absolutely, definitively, definitely not a running back, and he might be my MVP pick through 5 weeks.
I'll say this. I think Lamar has definitely grown as a passer. Like, his poise in the pocket is so much better. Like, it's insane. That whole second half, as Anish said, one of the best second halves from a quarterback I've ever seen. Here's the thing. In my opinion, I said this earlier, but the Ravens would be 1-4 if it weren't for Lamar Jackson. Because even in that Detroit game, Lamar had to complete that 4th and long to even set up the possibility of a Justin Tucker record-breaking field goal. So we got to give Lamar credit there. Lamar pretty much won them that Chiefs game too. Without Lamar, they don't win that. So I'm really proud of Lamar Jackson. I think for my MVP candidates, I think it's a 3-way tie right now between Kyler, Lamar, and Brady. I got Herbert at 4. It's like there's no one that's outstanding right now, but it's just a bunch of guys that are in the mix, which I really love. But I'm very proud of Lamar. My takeaway actually had to do with the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks.
Let mine get around to Anish. We're not trying to drown him with 2.
Yes, oh, okay.
Always get drowned with the 2.
I remember the format switch. Let's go to Anish.
Here's what I'll say. Well, okay, there was a delay of game after the 4th and 19, but I'll talk good about Lamar because I genuinely do think he's a great quarterback. And ever since he got drafted, I thought I was actually pretty high on him, especially that first year. I thought he could have gone all the way to the AFC Championship his rookie year, but I think now it's become less on, his dynamic ability and more of actually him being a passer. Like the Colts basically said, we're not going to let you beat us with the legs. Yeah, he had 62 yards rushing, but like, it wasn't, I think a 62 is different per game. You know what I mean? But I think the throws.
And for Lamar, 62 yards is kind of keeping him in check.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Colts, what they would do is they would rush him and then they would keep back, right? Because you can't allow him to escape the pocket and then you're behind him. So they would play up front. And, you kind of have to do that. And especially against the Ravens, you kind of have to play this 1 high, deep safety. You can't play 2 because then you got to kind of stack the box a little bit. So that's why he was able to have the deep passing game with guys like Hollywood Brown. And he was just dotting him up over the middle. And that's a little bit more technical, but Lamar has been great this season. I've never been a Lamar hater. It's just, I'm angry that he's a rival, which sucks, because, he beats us a lot. And I think in terms of the MVP race, it's not really a takeaway for me right now, but, I got Brady at clear cut 1. And I got everyone else kind of lagging behind right now, but I think
Allen's up there too.
I got that. Yeah, I was gonna say my tier 2 though is Allen, Herbert, Kyler, and Lamar. So they're all like right there in that same tier. So yeah, he's obviously an MVP candidate again this year. In fact, he's having better numbers this year than he was in the MVP year. But again, he kind of started a little bit slow and then ran away with it in the latter half in 2019. But yeah, I agree with what you said. I think I lost the whole running back narrative in 2019. I never really thought that teams could figure him out just because, again, he can still throw it. Like he has an arm. It's not like, Herbert or Allen, but it's still really good. So I was never with that notion that he's like, a running back, but I think now people, like you said, Jack, the NFL world should recognize him as a top, qualified passer. That I'll give you.
And I was wondering if the 4-leaf clover on his back is the reason why he doesn't have his left tackle and he lost both of his top running backs this year. Was that?
It's still there.
Yeah,
it's still there.
So I mean, Lamar is doing this.
He's been great. Like don't get me wrong. He's been great.
Yeah.
It's just the Ravens team, 66-yarder.
No, Lamar's doing it in the face of adversity in a contract year.
Yeah, and 3 primetime games too. Like that. I also want to throw like that. Everyone's seeing it. So big spotlight.
And let's be honest, I think he deserves over $40 million. Like he deserves that top dollar contract.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't-
because
I'm not
you're
sure.
not finding someone better than Lamar.
If
You're
I'm
just not.
Baltimore, I want to lock him up. I thought he should have been locked up this offseason.
I did too.
personally thought it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they might have been a little bit nervous about him getting figured out, but
I didn't say, I thought
I don't think so. And the impressive thing to me is that the past years, his passing success has been largely created by their ability to run the ball. This year, it's not been the same thing. I mean, losing your left tackle and both your running backs, they just haven't been the same run it down your throat Ravens.
They've
and
led
he's
the league in
creating
rushing twice.
everything.
And this year, I don't think they're even top 5 or 6. Like they're.
I mean, Lamar had
it's
62
way
yards.
different.
I think the next best rusher was 17 yards on the day.
Yeah.
Latavius Murray.
And over the offseason, Greg Roman was working with different sets. So I think I kind of saw more of a pass happy approach.
Yeah, I'm giving credit to Greg Roman. He deserves a lot of credit.
No, he's a great schemer.